Hello everyone, welcome back to Blaster Master 03. We're back to finding more card keys.
In the dark?
Oh boy, it's this section. I didn't want to be in the dark anymore game, but sure. Nope, we gotta navigate one last section in the dark.
There we go. Well, I mean,
Now
you got
that
the
we can
spark
get-
ability to light the room up anyways.
Yeah, which is one of those, it's one of those things where it's like they give you an ability to deal with like the darkness or something. So it's also kind of like, okay, then why have the darkness at this point? Because now I can just deal with it.
Well, it's still gonna manage it because it's using your actual SP. That's the thing. That's the
It's one of those gameplay things where it's like the second you get the ability to deal with something, it stops being an issue. So the thing itself feels less useful. It's weird.
I guess I got it.
Oh, that's just standard-ass Metroidvania gatekeeping.
No, I totally get that. It's just one of those things where it reminds me of like, you know, the echo of Bat and Symphony of the Night where you used in like 2 rooms. It's like, oh boy, I can shoot echo so I can see in the dark, but at the same time you only use it like twice, so it's not really a power-up.
I love power-ups that are just used for one very specific thing.
And then
Well, I
you
mean,
never
it
do
lets you
again.
fly, so that's useful.
No, I'm talking about the Bat Echo where you like
Yeah.
send out a sonar wave.
Oh,
the
yeah,
second
that
ability
one.
of it.
I haven't played Symphony of the Night in a long time. I like it, but much like Super Metroid, I feel like the game's controls aren't all the way there yet. So
Oh,
the more
thank Christ. You're the first person I've heard in a long time who also does not like Super Metroid's controls.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's kind of like both Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night have this thing where like the controls are looser or stiffer than their more recent iterations. So like in both cases, I'd rather play the more recent games just because the control flow is much smoother. Okay,
Bullet Con 2.
I thought this was familiar.
Again, it's boss rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna go back to Super Metroid for a second. What about it feels too loose to you?
My big problem with Super Metroid is that everything's like stretched out all across the controller. And I mean, granted, you can move the stuff to whatever button you want.
Oh yeah, no, the
but you
default
still-
controls are kind of weird. Like, is it like run is X or something weird like that?
Yeah, but like still needing a run button, for example. I don't like how you can't like just switch between like how you can't switch between the missiles easily. You have to cycle through them. You can't just press one button to angle. You know, it's just
That
it's just
stuff is all annoying, but I could deal with that. It's more that like the general control and movement feel isn't as slick as the later games Fusion and Zero
Samus is
Mission.
very floaty.
Yeah,
Which I know people like so that you can jump up walls infinitely, but just for moving around, I don't like it
well,
as much.
floatiness and like the way midair motion and stuff is handled isn't quite as fun. And you know, I grew up on Sonic the Hedgehog games, so I'm fairly sensitive to general control feel in a platformer type game, so it jumps out as very noticeable to me. I get that. I get that people who might have played Super Metroid a lot when they were younger might just be really used to it, so that it's not as much of a deal breaker for them. But that's just how I feel. And Symphony of the Night has similar, if slightly different, issues.
Symphony does have issues in the fact, like, when you use a healing item, you have to throw it on the ground and pick it up. Things like that are stupid.
That too, yes.
I threw it on the ground.
What, you think I'm stupid?
I've played Zero Mission fairly recently, and yeah, the controls do definitely feel tighter, but I am team. I think the looser controls that Super Metroid have are a bit more enjoyable. Like, cause I
feel
like
like
the wall flipping and everything. So
I think the problem I have with it is that it makes the game feel slower. Is the big
okay,
that's
you know
my
what?
big
Yes, I will
issue.
agree with you on that. Definitely, the pacing feels a bit tighter in that aspect in Fusion and Zero.
I feel like you. Also, I hate how big Samus's sprite is in comparison with the screen. I'm not a big fan of that aspect as well, where it just feels like I can't see anything. There's a lot of small things. Again, it's not like the game's bad, because you'd be kind of silly to say that Super Metroid is a bad game, but
And some people will do that argument.
Yeah, but I'm not in the mood to have that argument right now. 'Cause it's just too much, man. No thanks. I'm good.
Wait,
Life's too
Getting rid
short.
of both your upgrades right now.
I'm trying to refill them naturally.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in a room you haven't been in yet or weren't sure about.
Yeah.
In any case, I had a thought, but I lost it. That always happens.
Let's get some card keys. Card keys away. Second area and sixth area are the ones we still need to go to.
Yeah, the
There's
game at
still
least
an awful
highlights
lot-
where it wants you to go, which doesn't make the backtracking that bad.
It's interesting, though, that there's a lot of game left, I feel like, at this point. Normally, these kinds of things are
sort
right
of.
at the very end. Right at the very end.
It's more so the extra part of the game when you're going for the good ending has more game to it
Yeah.
than usual.
Yeah, that's why I said sort of running out of game. Because
If you're just going for a ending, no, there's not a lot of game left.
It's one of those cases where the normal ending cuts the game off early, and the good ending requires you to keep going a little further.
I mean, all three
Kinda.
Blast Master Zeros did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say this game has the longest good ending post-game stuff.
Yeah.
You say that
The extra area in this one is definitely chunky.
you say that like it's a bad thing. Is it a bad thing?
One part of it, yes.
Oh boy.
Because, I mean, for like 3/4 of it, it's fine. It's just that when you get to like this 1/4 of it, where it's just to spoil it right now, it's a random guessing maze situation.
A good
Here's
way
a
to
big old empty. Sorry, go on.
Okay, I was gonna say a good way to put it is keep in mind the extra areas in Blast Master Zero 1 and 2 had the boss rushes, and we're getting the boss rush out of the way now.
Oh.
And it still is somehow longer than the others. So what are they gonna do?
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all bad. There's certainly parts of it I really enjoy. It's just that one part of it where it's like, did you really have to do this? It's like, at that point, I just want to get to the end of the game. Anti-creates, come on.
Yeah, when we get there, you'll see it.
This is how you repair your tank. Just repeatedly slam it against the ground.
Yeah. Oh, great, it's this boss again.
Oh yeah, but he's way easier now.
Well, no, he was easy the first time. I mean, you were looking away last
Yeah,
time.
but
You were
I'm
looking
saying like
something
even
up, so-
easier because his main attack doesn't hurt you anymore.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
what? Why?
Because
How?
because he does the laser. He does the insta kill laser thing
Yeah, remember like
that
the
we can swim through now.
yeah. So that thing.
Oh,
doesn't hurt you.
It doesn't
yeah.
hurt us now. So. But yeah, no.
This is what I
should-
like about boss rushes when you have an ability that just makes them an absolute joke. That's a good
no,
use
he-
of boss rush.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, all 6 of his eyes are weak spots. Just use homing laser and it hits all 6 of them for massive damage.
Oh boy. All right.
So we didn't really
That's
talk about this, but
hilarious.
have you guys noticed the fact that the tank is sparking every now and then?
I didn't. I was wondering what that was about, but
I noticed it while you were driving in the whatever that thing's called, and I thought that was like, due to driving in the anti-gravity muck, Like, I thought maybe that had something to do with it.
nope.
Yeah, I
It's
forget
a
it.
plot thing.
I forget if they actually explain it in a cutscene or if it's like you have to talk to Leibniz to know, but Eve is normally the one who takes care of Sophia when Jason's driving, and with her not around, he's kind of driving the tank ragged.
Oh.
And Leibniz does not want to help, so.
Yeah.
The check engine light's been on for like 3 days, and they just haven't done anything about it.
Pretty
They just put tape over it and pretended it's not happening. Yeah, we have all of our card keys. So we
Now
need to
the
install the card keys.
Stand in the middle fight.
Yeah, just stand in the middle and shoot anything that happens to hit the ground. That's it.
Oh, so if you leave the
light area, it stops uploading the keys, yeah.
Does it, like, stop happening?
It doesn't go back down, it just stops moving.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well.
Elevator.
I sure hope this tank doesn't explode with me in it.
That's a very specific request.
It'd be a shame if something happened like that.
The process of overcoming the mutant transformation to turn into organic life form, close in structure to the
Somehow.
mutants themselves. Yeah.
Why on earth
Now here's the big thing here.
Why on earth do they use a Greek letter in the text box?
Because it's area Omega.
Yeah, but you have to
But
know
yeah,
that that symbol means Omega to even read it.
It's area God of War. Here you go. Area God of War.
So
Yeah, plot wise, since Eve defeated the mutant king at the end of the last game, the mutants are like, okay, you're the most powerful one. You're our queen now.
yeah, so because Eve got infected at the end of 1, and then Eve killed. Well, here's the thing: Eve doesn't kill the king. She just severely injures it, and Jason finishes it off. So I'm not sure why specifically it
the mutants
works
are
like that.
stupid and don't know that. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I guess because she's also part mutant, I guess.
Yeah, that's what they said.
defeated
Because
their lord in combat.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
they pick up on her mutant cells, even though she's human, quote unquote, organic. So yeah, the mutants think that she's their queen, and that's when they landed on Sophia and she got kidnapped. That's why all the mutants suddenly started showing up. They're trying to save Eve.
Well, save in quotes, yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually. Like, I did not expect them to go with that as the story, but that's an interesting way to take it, in that they just kind of have an alien sort of way of thinking about things. And so
I don't know.
them trying to save, they try to save Eve in a way that, like, makes sense to them, but not really to us.
I don't really think it qualifies quite so much for that. Because, like, when I think of an alien way of thinking, generally what that translates to in my mind is there's a logic to it that you can follow to a distinct conclusion. The logic just doesn't have the same priorities that you normally would.
I don't see it that way. The whole point of an alien way of thinking is it's not supposed to be logical to you.
That's
It's sort of, you're getting into the Cthulhu-like territory there.
that's
Which people who think of Cthulhu thinking just mean big monster, you're freaking out. No, that's not what it means.
when I say there's a logic to it, I mean, like, if you step outside your own set of priorities, you can follow the logic.
Well, you're going by the human term of alien thinking. Like, we're literally talking about monsters that for the past 2 games we thought had no actual sense of thought.
Yeah, though that's what I mean, though, is that,
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm with you.
they
on this.
think that they're doing the right thing, as it's just twisted, is the thing. It's like, oh, lady with big boobs beat up king. She our leader now. Here, we save you.
Yeah, but that's not alien logic. That's just primitive, simplistic logic. It doesn't really, like, it's not like something that we wouldn't understand. It's more like rudimentary.
You're getting more upset about the term, I think, than the actual plot element.
I guess. I guess my point is, like, it kind of makes the mutants seem more stupid than threatening.
I mean,
they are
they
functional.
kind of are.
They're just a bunch of, mutated life forms that just want to consume things, so they're effectively just, another kind of zombie in a sense.
I suppose.
Also, this is kind of a random dig move the game pulls in this little dungeon here. On the last one here, you want to go the non-alternate dimension route.
Wait, what?
Because there's an item you can't get going the alternate dimension route. This is the one time where they're saying, no, you're going to be doing the normal Sophia security route.
Oh.
Mind you, it's for an optional thing, so it's not a huge deal, but if you want to get 100% completion, you got to do it this way.
So just avoid the portals in this area. Okay.
In this one particular one, yes.
See, I played
Yeah,
the
because
game
you've been
not
avoiding
doing
these
the
because
portals.
there's hard enemies in here.
Generally, yes. Thankfully, it's not particularly hard, but it is just one of those,
It's weird that they only do this once because, like, my
You got
understanding,
Final Excel Blast.
my understanding of this entire system is that, yeah, you can use the alternate dimension to get through easier, but
It takes longer, and you have more winding route, whereas the Sophia Force route is harder but more direct.
yeah, but you would expect there to be secrets to find in the harder area, you know.
Honestly,
so,
I'd expect there to be secrets in both, so if I were to play this, I'd probably go through both routes.
Yeah, there's not.
Oh,
Straight up, there's not.
I've
There's
seen
not?
people.
Okay.
I've seen people do both out of paranoia, and I'm just kind of like, you're wasting your time.
but then,
No, you don't understand. Having every room of the map filled out is important, goddammit.
But then,
No,
in
I'm
this,
the same way.
But then, in this one instance, there is a secret that's just specific to one of the
It is
routes.
thankfully just for a bonus weapon that you don't ever need to use. So
But it is cool.
But it's the ultimate mutant killing machine.
You know, it takes forever to fire.
and honestly, in the time it takes to fire, I could just kill it normally.
Do you ever fire it in the videos, or?
No, actually, because I can just kill it faster doing it my way.
Oh, it's such a good cutscene, though. That's the bummer.
Oh no, I know. I think I use it once.
Okay, good.
It's like I'm pretty sure I use it once.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned like the whole like the one time you need to actually not use that path. When I played through, I actually didn't go through like in one of those zones at all. I kept going in the military form to the point where when the Steam version officially came out, one of the achievements I was missing was actually going through one of those SF bases in the alternate
VR
dimension.
form?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
So I was like, what in the world achievements am I missing? I'm missing 3. And it was just like, oh yeah, you just didn't do this thing that you're supposed to do normally. Like, oops.
It happens.
So, why would a life form evolve to have eyes inside of its mouth?
It's a mutant.
Yeah, but like, that's the most ridiculous way for a life form to develop. You have to close your eyes to eat. Which seems like a very dangerous thing.
Time for the hardest room in the game.
Oh, I'm glad you did this immediately. I'm so glad you knew to do this immediately.
Hello, how do you do, fellow mutants? It is I, fellow mutant. See my legs? I am also a mutant. My legs make me a mutant.
Hello, Mr. Mutant. I
Okay.
hope you're having a swell day today.
Shall we go out for mutant coffee after this?
Yes, that seems quite grand.
Ah!
Thank you,
And they
Mr.
all just explode.
I'm glad that they get quite as much mileage out of this joke as they do.
I'm just imagining the tank with a mustache underneath the cannon.
No, fake mustache and a top hat.
Hello, Mr. Mutant. Or
And over one of the windows is a monocle.
okay, but it also needs to be 3 tanks stacked on top of each other wearing a trench coat as well.
So what? Kana, Leibniz, and Jason just stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. Of course, Leibniz has to be the bottom.
He would
tank.
be the bottom.
I like.
I didn't mean it like that.
I like Leibniz's line about the mutants being brainless meat sacks because that's basically my impression of them at this point.
Oh, she's become a god. Oh, man.
She's a super dimensional life form. So she might not be human or robot or Eve anymore.
Mutant. She's going to go live in Mr. Mixel Spitlick's dimension.
So if we were going normal ending, we would be approaching the final boss right now.
Yes.
Is the final boss Eve?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, there is no ending where you kill Eve.
That's good.
Okay, so at least they have that mercy.
If those were the first 2 games, that'd be the bad ending. But
Does Eve die in one of the endings?
No.
No? Oh, wow. Okay, they let us off
Yeah,
easy.
I was a bit surprised on that one too.
You will decide which it'll be, except you can just take a third option.
Considering some other Inti games, I'm legit surprised.
Yeah, they like their downer endings.
Okay, so I was looking away from the screen for a moment, and I literally thought that he called him Jason Fuckwit.
Jason might be a fuckwit, to be fair. It's entirely possible.
Oh, he definitely is, but, you know, we don't have to be rude about it.
I mean, if you do a conversation with Leibniz, you find out that he doesn't have parents because he's a test tube baby, so he's kind of messed in the head to begin with.
Oh, right. That's not even like a normal plot conversation. Oh, my God.
No, you have to talk to Leibniz to learn that.
And that's kind of relevant to something that happens later. Oh.
Oh, that's... Huh. Okay.